Greetings fam! Let's dive deep into a gaming laptop that's been getting a lot of attention lately. The Thunderobot Radiant 16 with the RTX 4060, 14th Gen Intel HX CPU, and a silky 240Hz 2.5K display. If you've been scrolling around wondering whether this is a sleeper beast or just another budget gaming laptop trying to look premium, this review is for you. I dug across forums, spec sheets, user reviews, benchmark discussions, and teardown notes, and what I found is actually pretty interesting. Thunderobot isn't as mainstream as Asus, MSI, or Lenovo, but they've been carving out a niche by offering surprisingly strong hardware at a lower price point. And this Radiant 16 model is one of the clearest examples of that formula. Let's start with the processing power. The Intel Core i7-14650HX is not one of those low-power mobile chips. This is a full HX series desktop-class processor scaled for laptops. You get 16 cores, turbo up to the 5 GHz zone, and a lot of headroom for games, editing work, simulation apps, or heavy multitasking. This isn't a chip that breaks a sweat opening 30 Chrome tabs or running Lightroom while Discord and OBS sit in the background. It's a real performance engine. Now pair that CPU with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060, and you get a machine that easily handles modern AAA games at high settings. And thanks to DLSS 3, frame generation, and the 240Hz panel, even competitive shooters run buttery smooth. Things like Apex, Valorant, Overwatch 2, and Fortnite can push into seriously high FPS territory. And for cinematic titles like Cyberpunk or Starfield, you can hit beautiful visuals without choking the system. Speaking of visuals, the 16-inch QHD plus 2560x1600 display is one of the best parts of this laptop. The 240Hz refresh rate is a dream for fast-paced games, and the brightness and color coverage. Thunderobot advertises up to 500 nits and 100% sRGB, make it usable for media, creative work, or just day-to-day use. The 16:10 aspect ratio gives you a bit more vertical workspace, which makes everything feel more open. Memory and storage? No worries there. You get 32 GB DDR5 RAM right out of the box and a 1 TB NVMe SSD that boots fast, loads instantly, and leaves room for multiple AAA games. And the best part, unlike some thin and lights, this laptop actually lets you upgrade. There are 2 RAM slots and at least one additional M.2 slot depending on the exact configuration. Build quality is better than you might expect for a lesser-known gaming brand. The chassis is a clean gray finish, the keyboard has RGB customization, and the speakers are loud enough, though not amazing. There's a full suite of ports including USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, Ethernet, and a headphone jack. And yes, you still get Wi-Fi 6 for solid wireless performance. Now, let's keep it 100, it's not perfect. The cooling system is strong but noisy under heavy load, not unusual for HX processors, but definitely noticeable. Battery life? Pretty mid, around 3 to 5 hours for light usage and far less if you're pushing the GPU. This isn't a laptop you buy for unplugged all-day work. And while the build is good, it's not on the level of a Legion Pro or ROG Strix. Also, Thunderobot's global support network is smaller, which is something to consider. So is the Thunderobot Radiant 16 worth buying? Honestly, yes, if you're looking for raw performance per dollar. It delivers desktop-class horsepower, a gorgeous 240Hz 2.5K screen, great specs, and real gaming muscle at a price that usually undercuts the big brands by a wide margin. If you prioritize battery life, ultra-premium materials, or the absolute quietest cooling, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you're here for performance, value, and a legitimate gaming experience without paying brand taxes, this one's a sleeper hit.